should happen with undocumented immigrants in Providence?
And I think Anira will talk about that.
Great question for the immigrant. So I think that we should have an open city where all people feel welcome and they feel safe. You know, when it comes to immigration, there are a lot of families, the way that it impacts families, like mine, is that people are split up. So my parents came to the United States before I did. I followed them when I was 3. And when I came here, I was undocumented. But my parents were living here, but they weren't living in a dictatorship or a dictator, François Duvalier's dictatorship. And Baby Doc, not Papa Doc. But that was hard for them because their baby was living in another country. So I think what Providence should do should be welcoming and an open and inclusive community, but also provide resources to get people legalized. Because I think we should follow the law, but if you have a child who comes into this country and it wasn't a choice of theirs, it's because their parents brought them over, they shouldn't have to pay for that. So I think it's important to have resources here to make sure that there's a process and a support system to encourage those families to pursue legalization and to make sure that we follow them through and that hopefully people who are undocumented can gain legal status.
So I think we should have an open and inclusive community as well, but I also believe in a community of laws. People need to be treated equally. If we have different laws if you're a citizen and then a different law if you're an illegal or a person trying to attain citizenship, inevitably you create a wedge and a separation between people. We need to get the undocumented people on board with what a great place America is, what a great place Rhode Island is, what a great place Providence is. Why aren't they making the final step to become citizens? We need them to become citizens so they can be fully invested in the community. Thank you.
All right, so I'm a Republican and I don't want to throw immigrants, so let's put it that way. So I was my ex-girlfriend, she's actually from Cape Verde, so I dated an immigrant, but I believe, I messed up. But I believe that everybody should come here legally, and I do believe that people who's no fault of their own should not be punished. I don't want the government rounding people up. I think that destroys our communities and our families. But I do believe that we need to come up with a way to actually make people legal and bring us as a community together. Because right now, we need to get everybody on the same page on immigration. Because right now, we have states wanting to do one thing, the feds wanting to do another thing. But I do believe that we need to make everybody that's here illegally legal. And we're going to have to do it some kind of way. I don't 100% believe in amnesty, but it's something we have to do because we just have so many people and it's such a big problem. I think we need to fix the problem here. We need to fix the problem at the border to solve any problems. Otherwise, we're just going to keep having the same problem over and over again. Thank you.
So I'm an American historian, and one of the things that I teach about is about the history of immigration to the United States. And I constantly hear from my white students comparisons between when their families came a century or so ago and people who are coming to the United States now. And almost always those comparisons are flawed in both parts about who and why people came a century ago, which includes my family and my wife's family, and what the law was at that point and how they were received, and also, in many cases, racialized assumptions about who's coming now. And the fact of the matter is that if you look at the reasons why people leave where they left and why they come to where they come, they really don't differ very much. America changes, but the people don't, for the most part, and their reasons don't. I think immigrants, regardless of their legal status, no human being is legal or illegal, the law changes. I think immigrants are an enormous resource for this community, much as they were a century ago. They bring creativity, they bring energy, resilience. In my time on the school board, I've had the great pleasure of visiting the newcomer school that the district opened for the children of refugees. Incredibly inspiring people. I think what we need to do is to have more resources for ELL in the schools and to try and help people come out of the shadows to join us fully as members of our community.